to make sure I explain things.
Okay, so when you need to go to the next slide, you can put that button right there.
Okay.
Hang on, let me get my slide.
All right, I'm back. All right, we're gonna fly through this because I gotta let it get through this. Time killed me. Okay, so
And wait,
as Detroit Lions tight end Eric Ebron recently said, quote, "When you play here for the Lions, it's always more than 11 on 11. The term Detroit versus everybody didn't come out for no reason. It's us against the world, and we've got to play like it every game," end quote. Many of you know, as it is a running joke, the Detroit Lions have never won a Super Bowl, let alone even appeared in one, in the 50 years of its existence. So, the Lions are looked at as failures outside of the city because they have only made the playoffs 6 times in the last 24 seasons and have not won a playoff game since 1991. ESPN senior writer Stephen A. Smith recently blasted the franchise saying, quote, "The Detroit Lions are losers. They're lucky to be relevant, and you need desperately something to cheer about, and the fact of the matter is the Lions just ain't giving it to you," end quote. So most would agree with him. In fact, I'm sure 9 out of 10 Lions fans would probably agree with him just because of the pain they've gone through. But not me. What if I stood here and told you that it's not Detroit's fault? What if I stood here and I told you that the NFL took not 1, not 2, but 3 victories away from the Lions in one season last year? What if I stood here and I told you that the NFL's been kicking around the Lions like a piece of trash for decades? Decades. So let's take a trip down memory lane. 2011, week 1 against the Chicago Bears. We're playing in Chicago. The Bears are leading 19-14, so we are down 5. For those of you who do not know, a touchdown is worth 6 in football, so a touchdown would give us the win. 30 seconds left in the game, Detroit trailing by 5. Quarterback Sean Hill airs one out to Calvin Johnson, 1A. He makes the catch, he comes to the ground, and he hits the ground with possession of the ball. However, the referee ruled it incomplete because Calvin, quote, "did not complete the process of the catch." So I looked in the NFL rulebook for this one. This states, quote, "If a player goes to the ground, he must maintain control after hitting the ground." Now, Flats, can I get a show of hands real fast? Who thinks that he has control of that ball? Thank you. Everyone, thank you. We asked for an explanation. We don't get one. Okay, so moving on. Chicago obviously wins the game. Play is called back. And devastating. Anyways, let's flash forward to 2014. It's the NFC wildcard game in the playoffs. This is the playoffs now. Folks, this is the playoffs. We're not kidding anymore. This time we are up 20-17. We are leading by 3 with 8.5 minutes to go. Still a decent amount of time left in the game. However, it's 3rd down, and Matthew Stafford, our quarterback, airs one over the middle to Brandon Pettigrew. But a flag is thrown for pass interference, C2A. Clearly pass interference right there because the defender did not turn and look for the ball. You can see right there. So the flag is thrown. The referee comes out in the middle. He says, "Personal foul. Pass interference, defense number 59. That is a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down." So the Lions fans are screaming, we can get this back into it, And then Cowboys wide receiver Des Bryant, Exhibit 2B, comes running onto the field with his helmet off and starts arguing with the official. Now, if a player takes his helmet off and runs onto the field when he's an offensive player, the Cowboys are on defense. So this should have been a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, and he should have been ejected from the game. Neither happened. Instead, the referee walks over to the flag, picks it up, comes back to the middle of the field and announces that penalty is disregarded. So the Lions are forced to punt the ball. Jim Caldwell, the Lions head coach, is pleading for an explanation. Doesn't get one. Instead, the Lions punt the ball, only to have Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys drive down the field and take the game away from us, eliminating the Detroit Lions from the playoffs and keeping that streak alive. 2015 comes along this year, and the Lions get off to an 0-5 start, not too hot. However, they win 4 of their next 7 and put themselves in a position where if they win out the rest of their games, they're in the playoffs. So, facing the Green Bay Packers, which is undoubtedly the hardest game left on the schedule, we're playing them on a Thursday night in our city. Whole nation's watching. Whole nation's watching, folks. This is on NBC. Whole nation is watching. And we got off to a super hot start. We scored 23 straight points. However, Green Bay scores 21 unanswered, and all of a sudden we're leading 23-21 in the 4th quarter with 3 seconds on the clock. So, in desperation, the Packers lateraled back to quarterback Aaron Rodgers, and he is tackled by Devin Taylor, Exhibit 3. Tackled. Game over, game over. Until there's a damn whistle. They throw the flag, there's a whistle. They throw the flag, there's a whistle. The referee comes out to the middle and says it was a face mask, which means that if you grab, twist, or pull the face mask of the helmet, that is a penalty. And no show of hands. Does it look like grab, twist, or pulled the face mask?
He's on his shoulders.
He's on his shoulder. Thank you, Colin. He's on his shoulder. He did not grab, twist, or pull that face mask. So, anyways, gives Green Bay an untimed play, which means that, they have 0 seconds to get one more play. This time, of course, you can't make this stuff up. Aaron Rodgers gets the ball. He throws a 60-yard bomb to tight end Richard Rodgers, who makes the catch in the end zone. Packers win. Lions eliminated from the playoffs again and become the first team in NFL history to lead a game for 60 minutes and lose. 4 quarters, 15 minutes, you do the math. So, all right, so. The following day, the NFL issued an apology to the Lions for missing that call. However, apologies aren't good enough anymore, you guys. Apologies are not good enough. Okay? I've been living with this my whole life, and it's time for a change. It's time for a change. I could get deeper. I can go to the 70s, the 80s, but I'm out of time. And if I had another 5 minutes, I could go back, and most of you are saying, thank God I'm done. But I could go further back. So, if nothing else, I just want to show this. That's me and my brothers and my dad. I was raised a Lions fan, That's me a couple months out of the womb. Still wearing my Honolulu blue. And I wear my Lions pride on my sleeve, but it's time for a change. We need, Detroit needs to have some success. So that's it. If nothing else, Detroit versus everybody. Thank you very much.